Welcome, friends. My name is Michelle, and I call myself the Beauty Treasure Hunter. And today I have lots of high-end makeup that I got at either Marshall's or TJ Maxx or Ross, and they ended up being cheaper than if I would have gone to the drugstore to buy them. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Okay, here we go. I've already put on this Acure Soothing Day Cream for under my makeup. This feels wonderful. It reminds me of the Embryolisse cream, if you're familiar with that. Let's see. Now I'm going to use some Naturium UV Reflect Antioxidant SPF 50. Got this at Marshall's. It's pretty thin, but this is super moisturizing. I love a lot of skincare by Naturium as well. My daughter got me started on their Barrier Bounce. It's not really a cream, it's more this consistency, more of a serum. And that feels different from what I usually use. I usually do my Biore Watery Essence, which I love, but I do need to tell you there's an American version too that I don't like as well. I still like it, but I love the Japanese version the best. So you can get that from Stylevana or Yes Style. For my primer today, I found some OleHenriksen Banana Bright Face Primer at Ross. Wow, this smells so good. And it's not a heavy scent. It's like just a little bit of citrus. All right, so now I'm extremely glowy. I feel nice and moisturized. The next step, I usually like to take some kind of bronzing liquid or Lumiglotion or something like that. But the high end that I have that I got at Marshall's is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Skin Perfector. This one is also an SPF of 20. And my shade I'm going to use today is 3-in-1 Sand. There's the color. This is not meant to be, a bronzing step or bronzing fluid. It's just this is a little bit too dark for my skin tone, and that's how I use it. Laura Mercier does also sell a way smaller tube of liquid bronzer for about the same price, I think. I have it too, and it's super tiny. Here it is, as compared to this big tube. Now I'm going to do a little bit of NARS Eye Brightener. So got this at a Ross. It is not as light reflecting as, the Becca, or now lots of brands have their dupes, of that light reflecting under eye brightener. And I'm going to use my NARS Pot Concealer in Creme Brûlée. I keep a special brush just for that, separate. A lot of people recommend using this before foundation. So I like to put it on broken capillaries. And you don't have to worry about blending it out at this stage. Right, for my eye primer today, I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Rose Quartz. It's called Match Stix. It's kind of like an eye brightener in a stick without any sparkle or sheen. It's matte. So I think it works well as an eyeshadow base. And remember, since I got all of these things at either Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or Ross, it's actually cheaper than going to the drugstore and paying full price. For my eyeshadow today, I have been loving this Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. And I got this at Marshall's. Look how beautiful that is. So I'm going to start right down here. The color's called Paloma. Now I'm going to go into this really cool green. It's kind of an olive green called Liberty. I'm going to use that as my crease color today. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Hope into the mix. It is a sheen and it does have kind of an olivey color. I like to add a sheen to the outer corner, right across all my wrinkles there on the crow's feet. I'm going to go into a kind of bluish, blue-greenish shift color called Peacock. I'm going to put that on my upper lash line, blend it upward. I'm also going to put that under on my lower lash line. I'm going to take a clean brush and go back into my base color and kind of blend it out. So it's like a gradient from dark to light. Okay, now I'm looking a little bit like Alice Cooper. My favorite wipes at Marshall's or TJ Maxx are the Rice Water Bright. Okay, now I'm going to do my brows real quickly. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is in medium brown. I think I got this in like a 3-pack of these little ones, which is like perfect if you do wedding makeup. I dyed my brows yesterday. Normally I use beard dye. This time I just used Root Touch Up, and it came with a little tube of the color and a little bottle of the developer, and you can reseal those so you can get lots of uses out of it. Comes with a little tray, comes with a big brush because it's meant for your hair roots on your head. So I just use a flat angled brush. There, I think they'll lie down flat. My favorite bougie mascara from Marshall's is the Lancome Tente Idole. It's got a really unique looking wand that I feel like I can reach back in that corner, you know. For my upper lashes today, I have kind of a mix of little Kiss Studio, really tiny ones in the inner corners. And then I went back to my usual God Venus Wispy Cluster lashes for the rest. And I put a little bit of extra on the outer corner. I kind of like that cat eye lift. I have several really bougie concealers that I got at Marshall's. I have the MAC Studio Radiance. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant. And the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And none of these are like the newest versions. I think I'm going to go with the Charlotte. I'm going to use my Japanesque small concealer brush. Actually, it has written on here what it's for. It says precision baking. For my foundation, my favorite bougie foundation that I got at Marshall's, this is the NARS Light Reflecting, and it is in the shade Yukon. Looks like this. And my favorite bougie brush that I got at Marshall's is one from It Cosmetics, and it is star-shaped. Is that not crazy? Okay, and I'm going to check the 10X mirror. I'm going to do a bit of smoothing in. Okay, for contour, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick, and this one is in the shade Fawn. This is definitely a contour shade and not bronzer shade. Now I'm going to go in with some NARS liquid blush. This one's in the shade Aragon. I'm going to go very lightly. And I already know this blends out pretty good, so the first time I get a liquid blush, I don't go straight on the face till I know how it behaves. I'm going to set that with some MAC blush. This one's in the shade Peachy Keen, but it's a little bit darker than what I would consider peach. And I'm going to use an angled brush, also by Japanesque, and I get these brushes also at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. And I like to just do a rocking motion for powder blush. And my favorite bronzer from Bougie Bronzer from TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Ross is from Lawless. You can tell it's well loved. This one's called Golden Hour, but I don't think it looks extremely warm. I almost like to do around my mouth a little bit. If I don't, I end up looking really funny right in there. Try to get the ear. Okay, I've got some Fenty highlighter. This is in a color I've not used yet. Trophies in Truffle. Here's what it looks like. Can use my little fan brush. Like a very subtle highlight. And I think I'll take this, just dab it on the center of my eyelid. I like that. It's not as obvious as a really light highlight. And I found this Gucci setting powder at Beal's, which is also a discount store in my area. And it does come with a beautiful little puff also, but I'm going to use just the brush today, I think. And this does have a light scent. Now for some bougie lips. I got this Kylie lip liner, and this one is in the shade, I remember it was kind of a funny name, Kisses from Nordstrom. And that is such a nice color. I'm going to use a MAC lipstick, and this one's in the shade Sitting Pretty. It's a cream. Feels so good. And I have to have a little bit of sparkle gloss. And this is by Stila. I think it's Heaven's Hue. Let's see. It's Heaven's Dew, and I think it's in Galaxy. Super tiny print. Here's what it looks like. Okay, and now for my setting spray. I would really like to use this Stila Stay All Day Blurring Setting Spray, but the sprayer is just not good. Even when I shake it, yeah, it splatters. I'll try it. No, I'm gonna have to put this like in a different bottle. So I got this one by Cover FX, and I know they're probably going out of business. It's the high performance setting spray. It has no scent, but it really works well, and its sprayer's fantastic. And on the steel one, I must have just gotten a dud. Okay, I'm going to give the Gucci powder one more go, and this time I'm going to use the puff because I still see my pores, and it's like a little sponge. It's not actually like a powder puff. Okay, that's better. So this is my final look for the day. I'll let you see up close. Do I feel extra bougie today? Maybe a little extra special. The difference I see or feel in the more luxury products, lots of times it's the scent. But a lot of folks can't, their skin can't take an added fragrance, and so that would not be a plus for them. But I'm someone who I just adore wonderful smells. They bring me such joy. So I really love a light scent. Now, not overpowering, but I like the light scents. I'm pleased. I love the greens here lately for the eyeshadow. I think I got that palette for $13 on clearance. So usually what I do, it's not the full price tag at Marshall's or Ross. I keep an eye out for when things make it to the clearance section. I also make sure that they've not been tampered with. So I love to find things that still have the seals, no fingerprints. And if you keep a close watch and go treasure hunting a lot, you can find those. Thank you for spending some time with me today. For me, it's a distraction from the cares of the world. It gives me a lot of peace to come down here and do my makeup and talk to the camera and imagine the people that are behind it. I think of you as new friends, especially if you've left comments for me. I hope wherever you are in the world, you have a wonderful day or night, and that spending this time with me took your worries away for just a little while too. I hope you see me next time.